Hey everybody, welcome back to Rick's Tech Talk. Today I'm going to show you how I made this Halloween lamppost. This is 15 feet tall, it's got my speakers on there, it's got my lights. Really easy to make, really easy to set up, so keep watching and I'll show you how I did it. So before we get into the post itself, we're going to talk about the top. Now there's a lot of different ways you could do this. The whole tubing is scheduled 40 PVC. This is just a cap piece here. And this, I took this cap piece and I just screwed it, bolted it to this, piece of plywood, and I just painted this plywood black. And I have my light fixture that I got from Home Depot, just something really cheap. Last year, what we had to do is we had to kind of focus it in, so we had to take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up. And I got the lights aiming just where I want them, and I tightened everything really snug, so that way when it comes down, this year I'll be able to just mount this, screw in the light bulbs, and then we're good to go. And then on this side, I got my speaker, so when it's sitting, it'll be like this facing into the yard, this side with the speaker facing out towards the street, so when people walk by, they hear the sound, the spooky sound, stuff like that. And then my cord, I put it in this braided sleeving. So when you pull it tight, it tightens up, holds the wires together. So it works out really nice. They use this in automobiles, car audio stuff. It's really nice stuff. So I'll just zip tie this to the post when I'm, after I get this all set up. This does have to get mounted with the lights and everything before we stand up the post. I don't have a way to get up 15 feet to put this up after. So I'll put this on, put the light bulbs in, and I'll run one screw in here to hold this onto the PVC. All right, let's get into the tubing. I'll show you how that's made. Okay, what we have here is 3-inch PVC scheduled 40 tubing. I have a 10-foot section and a 5-foot section. Since I made 2 of these posts, I just took one, cut it in half, and then we use a little union here, glue them together with cement, and then we just painted it. Now, if you were just to do that, that would probably break right there. You need something that's going to strengthen this whole section up. So that's where we put in an 1.5 inch tubing conduit up through the middle here. And I cut these rings, these donuts. That's what they look like, is donuts. That will fit inside of here, but then also slide over your metal conduit. Use liquid nails to kind of hold them in place, let that dry. And then we slide the whole thing in. Once it's in there, we drill a couple holes into the PVC tubing, and then we spray each section with foam. Let the foam kind of wrap around that tubing, that conduit, and that's what holds it dead in the center. Then for the outside part, what we're going to do is we're going to take the same tubing, another 10-foot section. So there's a whole 10-foot section coming all the way up through here. So that's what's going to hold these two together. But then we're going to take another 10-foot section, cut that piece in half, so it's 5 feet. And we're going to pound that into the ground. So here you can see I kind of put some grooves into the conduit. And I made them, I bent them down so they're like a point. So that way I can pound them into the ground a lot easier. And it also keeps the dirt from filling up as I'm pounding it into the ground. Because you don't want to fill it up with dirt, because you want to put another post inside of that. So I pounded that down 5 feet, and I looked for another conduit tubing that would fit inside of this conduit tubing. And I found something over in the electrical department. So there's another pipe, and it happened to be threaded, but didn't really matter, and they had 10-foot sections. So that will go into the hole in the ground, and then also it'll stick out 5 feet, which will then go into the tubing that's inside of this one. And that's how I'm able to take this in and out. And then after we're all done, I put the caps on. And the caps just basically cover up that tubing that's in the ground. If that tubing ever goes bad, I can just pound another one into the ground. Right here is a cap. You can't even see it. I had to put my screwdriver next to it so you can see what I'm referring to. So there's a piece of PVC tubing, a little cap to go on it, and that keeps the dirt from falling in to that tube that I pounded into the ground. What I'll do is this will just end up going into this conduit here. I'm just doing this to make sure that I can get it into the ground. We don't have any issues. There we go, and it sticks out, should be sticking out 5 feet. Okay, so we won't leave this in. We're going to put this into the lamppost first, and then we will tip it over, and then this should slide all the way in. We'll put our cap on there for now, so we know this is good to go. Get that on really good, and then the screw will just make sure that the top somehow doesn't blow off, I guess. These were probably the most expensive part of this whole thing, so I didn't want to go with some cheap generic light bulbs, so I got these ones, and I actually been using 3 of these for above my desk while I'm not using them for the Halloween display. So they got quite a few hours on them already. One's still like brand new, obviously. So there we go. That is prepped and, well, almost prepped and ready to go. Last part is to put our conduit in the bottom here. That's it. Now it's prepped. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Right there? Okay. Then, once you hear it smack, you know what's in there. All right, so I'll hold that up a little bit. Okay, ready to go? Okay, watch your fingers. Okay. Doink. And it's in. Easy peasy. All right, so we got everything all set up. The lights are working. And we'll just check it out, make sure we can actually change the colors. So each light can be individually changed, but I have a group for them, so I just say lamppost and it'll change all of them. If I say lamppost 1, it might be one of the bulbs, and then 2, 3, and 4. So if I say, hey Alexa, turn lamppost red.
Okay.
That'll do all of them. Alexa, turn lamppost 10%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn lamppost green.
Okay.
Alexa, turn lamppost 100%.
Okay.
So there we go. So I'll finish this off with some corn stalk going around the bottom, maybe a scarecrow or a skeleton hanging from one of them. I might put a cross beam, probably about 8 feet, 9 feet high, and I might just hang a skeleton or a scarecrow this year. But last year I just had some corn stalks wrapped around them, which looked really cool. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, just hit me up down below. See ya.